Welcome folks to another episode of Carolina Outdoors. I'm Alex Summer. Today we're hunting with good buddies Mark Muller, Brad Butler, and Mr. Claude. They're going to put us on some turkeys. Hopefully they got these long beers staked out for us. Y'all stay tuned. That's a good one. Joining us now is Brad Butler. Brad, I appreciate you having us out here on your place, man. Right here outside of Jefferson in Chesterfield County.
Thank you for coming. We've enjoyed it. It's been a good hunt.
You put us on birds pretty much this entire weekend. Now let's talk a little about the bird you got today, man. This is a spectacular bird. You got some white in the pattern of the bird. Can you describe what happened during this hunt?
Well, we had set up. We were in a blind. Hunting a field where the birds come out to sun, you know, usually out there, maybe we've been seeing them 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
We had a hen come in early on, about 8:30 or so, stayed an hour, just one single hen. We're about to pack it up, talking about packing it up.
Right.
Let's give it a little bit more time.
So you never heard this bird?
Never. Well, we heard a lot of gobbling.
Right, but you're not sure if it's
this specific bird.
Right.
And all of a sudden, here comes 6 hens, and you kind of know it's on then.
Yeah.
Something's got to be following it. And sure enough, here he comes.
That many hens, they can't be by themselves, can they?
That's right. He was.
So you didn't waste no time putting a bullet to him, huh?
No, didn't give him a chance to strut. I wasn't. We'd waited long enough. So
yeah.
As soon as I had the opportunity, we put this.
Well, I don't believe I could have waited too long either. I mean, the color pattern of this thing with all this white in it, man, that's just a beautiful bird. And what you say? How long did you say the beard was on it?
We measured it just over 10 inches.
That's what I figured. I mean, that's a nice beard. And you can tell how thick it is too. I mean, he's really got some thickness to his beard, which indicates generally a lot more age to him. I mean, so what you killed here was a mature Tom, probably the boss of the property, you reckon?
Well, I hope so. It sure was a lot of fun, and I'll take it. But yeah, it was a great time. Enjoyed everybody. We've had a couple good days of hunting.
Well, folks, this is a beautiful bird that Brad has harvested. But let's go back and check some of the footage from earlier when he took this bird.
Here we go. As it gets up about mid-morning, the turkeys tend to congregate up here, and the toms will come so they can show off. They'll know. So I think we're going to be in good shape if we could just be patient here. We'll have a tom come in.
Well, I think that's the biggest important factor with a lot of huntermen and hunter women is patience.
Patience.
To just sit back and relax and watch it unfold instead of getting real antsy.
I mean, everybody wants to shoot a turkey. I mean, that's the goal. But sometimes you don't get to. But you got to learn how to enjoy this part of it, which I get a charge out of this. Oh, she's gonna go over to the decoys. She's trying to figure out what's going on.
That's how close she is to the decoys right now.
Yeah.
I think she's thinking, well, I'm walking and eating. They're doing absolutely nothing. They did a pretty decent job with the way the decoy looks. As you can see the decoy and the hen right side by side now.
Look at that. Uh-oh. We don't want to scare her off if we can keep from it. Something made her jumpy.
I have seen on one occasion when a big tom comes in, they'll go straight for the jake and jump off on that decoy and tear it up.
Oh yeah, that's when it's fun. I've also had a big tom run in and have his way with my decoy one.
Oh my goodness.
safe to come on in here. Look at that. Here's the Tom. Here's the Tom.
Brad, we just had 5, 6 more hens walk in on the one we've had here. And normally, as we talked about earlier, a group of them always hanging out. Do you I see a call?
Yeah. I gotta get my breathing down here.
Here we go. Take your time. You take a shot whenever you're ready. Oh, excellent shot. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Got it on camera, my man. Look at that. We've been waiting for him most of the morning. He's been gobbling all over the place, all around.
Oh man, isn't that great? Let's see.
They rolled in on us in a hurry.
Let's see. Big old blue head.
Well, now, Brad, when we were sitting there in the blind, what were you actually aiming for?
I was aiming for his neck. And we're gonna back up here a minute. Let him.
So you're aiming at the neck area. You're not aiming for the full body shot.
No, I was aiming for his neck, right below his head there. And we'll see. Whew, I'm jacked up. I'm sorry about that.
I can say that is amazing. We didn't have to go chase it down or try to find it. You hit a direct hit, and there that fella is right there.
Let's just let him.
Now,
Sometimes you'll go step on their head and stuff to put them out, but you don't want to get spurred here.
how many turkeys have you actually killed in your lifetime?
Gosh, this is probably, since I was a kid, this was probably in the 20s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what got you involved in turkey hunting?
Well, when I was 12 years old, I was a big duck hunter and everything, and my father had a friend that was a turkey hunter, and he gave me a Lynch's World Champion box call and took me turkey hunting, and the first time I called the turkey with that box call, I was hooked, and been doing it off and on all my life.
Well, how much you think that turkey there weighs?
I think it'll go over 20 pounds. It's a big turkey.
Now,
Pretty bird.
normally when someone harvests a turkey such as this, you got to be very careful approaching him. And why would that be a concern for folks?
Well, a lot of times people run up and try to step on their head, but if you look there, if that spur right there, he'll use that thing and it will tear you up now. And Mark, who's down here hunting with us this weekend, a couple of years ago, he shot a turkey and walked up, stepped on his head to put it out of his misery, and it went right through a muck boot with that spur and got him in the leg. But yeah, beautiful bird.
How long do you reckon his beard is?
Let's see. I would say it's probably going to go 9 inches, maybe 10.
Wow.
We'll measure it when we get back to the house. And
Now, as a kid, even now as an adult, I mean,
I'm like a kid, man.
You're just shaking. It's just
I'm shaking, yeah. It's like it's a rush. Oh, look at that bird.
And that thing is beautiful.
Oh man, what a bird, what a bird.
That's why we go hunting for that.
That is exactly right. Well, we'll go lay him up here and then I'll walk down and get the Kubota and drive up here and we'll get all our gear and go back to the house and do a little bit of bragging. All right. Whew. Man, oh man, oh man.
My name is Sophia Butler. Stay tuned for more Carolina Outdoors.
Folks, we're here today with Zach Medina. Zach, we got in the woods with him yesterday. As soon as we got here, Zach, pleasure having you here, buddy. I know y'all treated us well here. Talk a little about what we did when we set up on the hunt yesterday.
We set up right there across the creek from a big draw. Just called, you know, a little bit, waiting on turkey. Had the 2 decoys set up. Sure enough, they came running down that hill. Only had to hit the call twice and we had a gobbler within 15 yards.
I know it was some really good stuff, him showing out. Y'all check it out right now. Zach, we done got here in this bottom. Explain what our setup is. We're trying to catch him coming back to the roost.
Yeah, catch them coming back to the roost. We got a windy day, so we're down here on the creek bottom trying to hear it gobble. Could hear him across the creek.
That was right when we was getting set up, right?
Right when we were getting set up.
That's good stuff right there. Hit him again. Wait till he clears. Now, hit him. Hit him. Hit him.
There you go.
You! Not bad for the first bird.
Shoot, no.
What do you think, Andy?
All right, Zach, you got your bird on the ground. You didn't miss a thing, baby. You took 3 shots to knock him down.
That's right.
But this is Zach's first turkey. We did not know this when we was going in the woods today, but we know it now. Zach, this is a great bird, man. Probably 3/4 inch spurs. We was looking at it, probably a 9.5 inch beard, somewhere in that area. But I mean, he hit the call. These birds work right down the side of the hill we got over here. Came across the creek. A lot of times, guys, you'll see these birds hang up on the creek. Any of you turkey hunters know that, but you never stop these birds. Zach, that's a great first bird, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Folks, what did y'all think about that? 3 shots, but I mean, you got it done, man. I mean, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, just 3 of them, right?
That's right. First turkey, been turkey hunting for 6 years. This is actually the 7th year turkey hunting. First one I've had a shot at the whole time.
Well, you couldn't tell, man. You couldn't tell it at all.
Just took 3.
Well, folks, we'll be right back with some more Carolina Outdoors. All right, today we're here with Mr. Claude. Claude,
Yeah.
I had a great time today, buddy.
Yeah, I had a good time. Listening to the turkey for an hour and a half.
That's as good as it gets, ain't it?
Yeah.
We seen plenty of squirrels.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of squirrels.
We did. Now, I know, turkey hunting is your passion. You've been doing it. How old are you now?
I'm 89.
89, and still getting at it.
Yeah, 89.
And turkey hunting still your passion. You still get
I'd
excited.
rather turkey hunting anything. Any kind of hunting they are in this part of the country.
So when did you start turkey hunting?
Well, I've been turkey hunting ever since I was about 45 years old.
45. So that's still 45 years.
I'd have to leave the country from where I was. There wasn't any turkeys up there then, but they are now.
Right. And you from what part of North Carolina is where you from,
I'm
right?
originally from Wilkes County.
Wilkes County.
Yeah,
And
originally.
okay. And y'all didn't have turkeys back then?
No, it's all. We had to leave the country to turkey hunt.
Right.
Yeah.
And what did they do? Introduce them to that area?
Yeah, they finally got them started in other wildlife, brought them in and placed them at places, and then they just kept spreading out. I had 5 hens, domestic hens, just regular hens, and I crossed them over a wild gobbler, and I raised 75.
Well, how'd you get the gobbler? You actually hatched him off?
Got him from South Carolina.
Ah.
The guy had been hunting and found a nest, and he took the eggs and hatched them, and he raised them in a pen there. And I bought a gobbler off of him and crossed him with my hens.
So how many birds you end up with after you crossed them birds together?
When I crossed the gobbler over the 5 hens, I had 5 coops, and them hens would lay out in the woods, and I'd watch them to their nest. And I'd put a hen egg or 2 in the nest and take their egg out every day and put it in a shoebox. And when they went to sitting, I'd bring them in and put them in a cup and put 3 or 4 hen eggs in there for a week or 2. Sometimes it'd take a week for them to sit down or where they'd sit when you'd move them. And when they'd hatch, I'd leave them in that cup and then move the cup around in the field.
Them turkeys just stay in your yard?
The little ones would run out, and I'd keep the old hen in the cup.
Right.
Yeah.
And them hens would just stay around your yard? And
Oh, yeah.
what about the wild gobbler? He hang around with them too?
Yeah, but he was a little spookier.
So you could tell he had the wild
Yeah,
in him.
you could tell he had the wild in him. When they'd come in of the evening to go to roost, there's a big walnut tree there they'd roost in. And the hens and the young turkeys would be up in the tree. He'd come around above the house on the upper edge of the field, and he'd wait till almost dark, and he'd sail into that tree.
Could you tell his poults that he had with them hens? They was a little wider than the hens
you
there?
could tell you could tell they had a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Well, Claude, I enjoyed hunting with you today, brother.
Too. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Even though we didn't get a bird, it was still exciting to hear one hammer. And I mean, if you don't get excited about that, you just don't need to turkey hunt no more, do you?
Yeah, we needed to go in over there and I got that bird on his route going up and down that ridge. But
Been good to have film of that.
but if we'd left there and then we'd have said, well, maybe we should have stayed over there and called him in the tent.
You know it. Went over there and bust him.
That's turkey hunting.
That is.
That's turkey.
It happens sometimes it don't.
Yeah, that's turkey hunting.
All right, folks, here's the crew we hunted with today. They treated us well all weekend. They put us on some birds. We killed 2 this weekend. Really good birds. But Brad cooked for us. We had a great time. Folks, y'all got to get outside and enjoy this. I mean, you know, you can't turkey hunt if you're sitting at home on the couch just watching us. Get out and enjoy this. Hopefully we taught you some things. But until next time, get out and enjoy your Carolina Outdoors.
Thanks for watching Carolina Outdoors. More information and other great shows are at nccarolinaaoutdoorstv.com. See you next week on Carolina Outdoors.